To an awesome evening. Personally, I'm so excited to hear Andrew perform. I'll be your MC. My name is Mark, and I'll be signing autographs after. You'll see how good I am. No, I'm kidding. We're actually not here for me. We're actually here for Andrew. A famous MC once said, when asked to MC Andrew's gathering, how would you describe Andrew? The words that came to mind were kind, thoughtful, poetic, gentle, childlike, passionate, sympathetic, musical, prophetic, talented. And in fact, knowing Andrew over the last couple of years, I've seen that Andrew actually has a very important message to share with our generation, with our world. I think we're going to get a glimpse of that message. Tonight we're celebrating a journey. His CD, his album is called Twilight for a reason. When I asked Andrew, why did you call it Twilight? Twilight is that moment when you've passed the darkest time of night. And it's that first ray of light. And I have to say that Andrew's been on a great journey. And I'd say, Andrew, that you're beyond twilight. I see light, more and more light, the more time I spend with you. And share with you a bit of that journey in a biography that was given to me. Andrew Christopher Vass was born June 15th, 1985 in Toronto, Ontario. Growing up, he had a very difficult childhood, choosing to spend a lot of his time in his room listening to music. His parents divorced when Andrew was 10, and he had to become an adult almost overnight. At this time, he started to write poems and song lyrics to try and help him through increasingly tumultuous times. Andrew also took singing and drama lessons, acting in various musicals, as well as participating in choirs, such as the Toronto Children's Chorus. At the age of 13, he decided to join the school band, dabbling in percussions and bass guitar. He also received a drum set that Christmas to practice at home and to help channel his anger. Andrew took a few lessons, but ultimately learned everything by ear. After a few years, he had developed his own unique style. As time went on, the day he became more aware of his passion for music. Andrew continued school because his studies were very important, but all his free time was devoted to strengthening his composition and his voice, and boy, can we hear it now. In 2002, he wrote his first full-length song, an instrumental tune influenced in large part by the music of Moby. At this point in his life, he was listening to a lot of electronic, techno, and alternative music. So he concentrated on structuring mood music, as he likes to call it. Andrew put together a CD full of his material and released it. In fact, if anyone wants to get that first release, you can place an order with Mina and Tina in the back, and you can get some too. Andrew put together a CD full of this material and released it. Many more discs followed, showing a progression from electro beat, heavy techno to epic, synth-laden, chill-out music. By 2006, during his third year studying media arts at Sheridan College, he set out to write songs for an official debut album. This is the album I'm talking about that you can order. Originally, it started under the same Moby ambiance, but eventually it turned into a new sound that combined with Nine Inch Nails and Radiohead while still being true to himself. Ultimately, Andrew decided to create a new pseudonym for his darkest subliminal presence, and the inspiration occurred late one evening, Midnight Prophet. His main goal had always been to help the world, so it seemed fitting. Plus, a lot of his albums was conceived in the wee hours of the morning. After about 5 months, recording was complete. However, Andrew needed an expert opinion and felt the mixes needed some polishing up. Luckily, he had just finished working at an independent studio in Mississauga called Fat Labs, owned by vicus coli, and was comfortable in that atmosphere. During the next year, there were extensive additions, tweaks, and artistic collaborations. Both were very pleased with the results. This album was called New Directions, reflecting a lot of the challenges faced in life thus far and starting a new chapter, filtered with a light of hope. The second album is called Twilight, and it took 5 years to complete due to an overwhelming attention to detail, as well as contemplating a bigger sound. This is a concept-based EP inspired by much love that he encountered by a reunion with his siblings and later joining SMSD Chapel, where he reconnected with God, and also found a loving community that he has come to consider as family. Twilight has been extremely well received digitally on iTunes, as well as other places, and now the time has come to share this music through today's performance with some truly special people in his life. CDs will be for sale, $10 each, and like I mentioned, if you wanted to order the first album, you can speak to Mina and Tina if you guys want to wave in the back. There's also 2 cards to sign. There's picture cards for the adults to sign. I believe it's at that table. Correct? Is that the? Yeah. And then there's a green Bristol board for kids to sign and to doodle on. Also, just kind of shows you how awesome Andrew is. He didn't want to just, launch the CD just for himself. There are 3 baskets in the front here for donations for 3 organizations: Hope Ethiopia and Arrowland, and for his own personal career development. In the words of Shakespeare, if music be the food of love, play on. Thank you.
A band called Coldplay, one of my favorite bands, and this was the first song that I ever performed as an artist, and I love it just lyrically, and the beat is amazing, and the melody just captivates me every time. It's called God Put a Smile Upon Your Face.
Where do we go? Nobody knows. I've gotta say I'm on my way down. God gave me style and gave me grace. God put a smile upon my face. Don't ever say you're on your way down when God gave you style and gave you grace. Oh, we brought a smile upon your face.
As Andrew prepares for his next piece, Andrew invited me to share a little bit about the charity that one of the charities that he's supporting today and that the proceeds are going to today is called Hope Ethiopia. Hope Ethiopia started with a custodian, an Ethiopian custodian in Calgary. He had a vision of one day making a difference in his country, and in fact, his goal was to change the face of his country. And so he spent about 10 years praying about this project called Hope Ethiopia. And then in 2007, he stood in front of the president of Ethiopia, him and another person from Calgary, and they proposed this project that would take care of orphans and widows and homeless and reforesting the whole country. And they were asking the president for 4,000 acres of land so that they can live out this project. And they're asking for these 4,000 acres for free. The president looked right at them and said, absolutely not. No way, because I'm going to give you 8,000 acres of land. And since 2007, they have built 3 water wells. They have built 6 homes for orphans. They're doing agriculture projects. They've planted over 100,000 trees. It's an incredible charity. Check it out, hopeethiopia.com.
Thank you, Mark. And just so everyone knows, there are donation baskets on the front of the stage here. One of them is for Hope Ethiopia, and as well a portion of each sale that is made today or going forward, a portion of it will be going towards Hope Ethiopia. This next song is by a great band called Muse, and this particular piece was really special to me. It's a conclusion to a 3-part symphony that they composed, and it was based off Moonlight Sonata, which is one of my favorite classical pieces. But there's just something that stuck with me. It's just very, it feels like I'm in God's presence when I hear the song, and it really has helped me to just feel at peace and know that there is someone there watching over me. It's called Redemption.
just let us start it over again, and we'll be good. This time we'll to forgive ourselves.
I don't know about you, but as I was listening to the last couple of songs and seeing Andrew perform, I couldn't help but feel inspired by his boldness, by his courage, by his heart that he's pouring out for our sake. I looked from the very back, I stood in the back and I looked at Andrew and I saw someone glowing, shining out with his love. And it comes out in his voice and the intensity and the excitement in his performance. And in fact, I actually heard very clearly, I sensed that he was not just calling out with his message, but he was also inviting all of us to be great in what we do. I felt he was inviting us to take our talents and, like him, to use those talents for good, for charities, for God. And so, really, Andrew, I wanted to say thank you for that inspiration, and I'm excited about the second half, and really looking forward for the message of the second half. Thank you, Andrew. You can all thank Andrew, please.
The song is an original piece. It's off the new album. And a little bit of a story around the album. It was based off something I wrote, and it involves a man who's proposing to his someone who's known since he was a child, and he's proposing to her. He's fallen in love with her. Unfortunately, she doesn't feel the same way, so she turns him down and leaves town. And he's heartbroken. He falls into a deep hole and really just hits rock bottom. But then he's visited by an angel who saves him and makes him realize that love is great, but it's more than just the union between two people. It's about loving everyone, and ultimately about harmony and just peace for all mankind. So this is the opening track, and it's called Dreamway.
found each other through the fates of time, destined to hold true to ourselves, traveling amongst the walking wounded with baggage of our own. But now you stand in front of me, and I look right into my soul. You will never complete me, because I am you and you are me. We are one endlessly. Time has not been on our side. We rushed against the current while we struggled to maintain our composure. I always felt you, I loved you, but now you stand in front of me, and I look right into my soul. You will never complete me, because I am you and you are me. We are one endlessly.
And probably one of the favorite people in the world. His name is Mina, and I always call him Abba, which means elder or father. Even though he's younger than me, he is just an incredible person filled with wisdom. Mina, can you come and tell us about Airland, please? Thank you.
So my name is Mina. I'm one of the volunteers from the Coptic Orthodox Church in Mississauga that participated in this Aeroland mission trip that the church has been organizing annually for the last about 8 years. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my experience there. Myself and Tina, my wife, we've been going for, I think we've gone a total of 3 times. And you know, we keep wanting to go back and back because of the great experience that it was for us personally. So what happened, the history of why this trip came to be and why the church has decided to go every year to Aeroland is essentially through some providential act. There was some discussions about our church wanting to, you know, go out and make a difference in another community and to share the love of God that we have been given to other people that would need that. And through discussions and, you know, providentially God allowed that we would visit Aeroland, and what started as, you know, just a Bible camp for children eventually transformed into a children's program and a youth program and an adults program. We began to work with the adults, you know, in the last 2 or 3 years. So we've had 2 years of adult programs that have been incredible. And you know, the group from our church that goes, you know, ranges from people in high school, like the latter end of high school, and then college, university, and then older adults as well. And our pastor, Father McCary, comes with us every year as well. We initially ended up going because of our great desire to share God's love with people. And you know, we've been given so many blessings in our own life, and we just wanted to impart that and express that and share God's love with other people. But the truth of the matter is that when we went, we experienced a life-changing experience in touching those people and laughing with them and sharing God's word with them, in playing games with them, and doing sports and crafts with them, we ended up being the ones that benefited the most from that experience. And I think that anybody who goes to these kind of mission trips comes out saying, praising God and just being very ecstatic and happy that it was an honor to participate in something like that. The people of Ireland are a beautiful people. The population there is somewhere around 400 people, and they live in a very a family-like compound in a place about 1,200 kilometers from here, up north in the Thunder Bay area. It's not exactly at Thunder Bay, but it's somewhat near. And they're very remote. Like, for them to get things like fruits and vegetables that we would just go to the market for, they've got a little variety store that carries some of those things, but they're very, very expensive. And so what ends up, they have some nutritional challenges there, and some health issues and things like that. But it's a Christian reserve. They're Catholic by a tradition. And so us going in there as a church group was a perfect fit, because they welcomed the Bible education and the spiritual and the prayer programs that we put on was something that they identified as a need for them. Something exciting that we just learned about this year with the Ireland First Nation is that they are now in the process of fundraising to build their church. They had a church some decades ago or some years ago that got burnt down, and with that burning down of their church, they all felt that their community, in a sense, started to collapse as well in various ways. They shared with us in the adults program that they no longer felt that connection with each other, where they would just share meals together, or somebody would hunt some game, and in the past they would just automatically share that with the entire community. Well, now things have broken down a little bit in that sense. So they're wanting to really rebuild the community spirit, and they're hungry and thirsty for a community that's God-centered. And so we were very pleased to learn that they are starting to think about building a church. And so we held an open mic night earlier this year where people came together and shared their talents, and through the admissions we were able to raise a couple $1,000s for that church project. So as you know, Andrew has a big place in his heart for Ireland. A lot of the pictures you see here, that's one of the plays, the skits that we put on for them during our evening Bible camp. And so Andrew has this big spot in his heart for the children of Ireland, and he's decided to sponsor that through this event. And I think that's such a worthy cause, and I just congratulate you, Andrew, for what you're doing tonight and sharing your goods, so to speak, with the people. And if anybody here has any questions about the church's work that we do there, feel free to come and speak to myself or Mark or Andrew. We'd be willing and happy to share with you what we do, because I know that some of you guys have probably sponsored the initiatives through your donations tonight and your CD purchases. So thank you for hearing me out, and I'm really enjoying the night, Andrew, so thank you for the great music.
I had the privilege to attend this year with the church, and when I was thinking about this summer and wanting to go somewhere, I didn't want to do usual, just like a vacation or something like that. And I heard about missions trips in various countries and things like that, but there were always various challenges and things that were making it difficult to go that route. And then Mina, of course, reminded me of Ireland and that trip that they take in the summer months. And it really just called to me, and it was something that I really wanted to do. And when I first got there, I immediately knew that was where I was meant to be. I just felt God's presence, and I knew that there was going to be kind of a transformation that occurred. I immediately took to the people there, and the kids were just amazing. And it was just great to see children so full of love and eager to learn and just full of God's love, and it really makes you put things into perspective. So I really wanted to help out with the church initiative and whatever we can do, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Is a fairly new song, but it has really touched my heart, and just lyrically it's amazing. And I just fell in love with everything about the song, and when I found out it was actually from an American Idol winner, that really gave me hope, because songs like this need to be in the mainstream, and as a musician it really just filled me with a lot of joy. It's called Home. Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble that might drag you down, if you get lost you will always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble that might drag you down, if you get lost you will always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Thank you. And it's another original tune. It's the closing track of the new album, and it's called Flying Colors. I wrote this, it was greatly inspired by John Lennon's Imagine, and he was basically the reason I became a musician. I just loved what he stood for and just loved his music. And I wanted to create something similar, and hopefully one day the themes in both songs will be fully realized and we can really live in harmony.
sun shining. Oh, land, peace and beauty reign. Oh, land, the sun shining.
Thank you. I'm going to finish off with this song. It's a classic, and the drummers is one of my favorites, and lyrically it's way ahead of its time, in my opinion. And yeah, I wanted to finish with an epic song. So this one's called Stairway to Heaven, and it's by Led Zeppelin.
You don't know that song? You will. No one can forget.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with the word she can get what she came for. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all our hearts are misgiven. It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. In my heart's eye and see rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who still love him. Ooh, it makes me wonder. Ooh, it makes me wonder. It's just a spring clean for the make-we. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Ooh, and it makes me wonder. Your head is humming and it won't go. In case you don't know, the piper's calling you to join him. Dear lady, can you hear the wind blow? And did you know your stairway lies on the whispering wind? And as we wind on down the road, the shadows lighter than our soul. There was a lady we all know, who shines one light and wants to show how everything still turns to gold. And if you listen very hard, the two will come to you at last. When all one and one is all, you tear up the not and